Hey, friends and family from Ronny's Farm to Table. Welcome to 2023. And we are starting the year with a beautiful hoarfrost on all the trees everywhere. It's like a Christmas wonderland back there, huh? There's Kaiser, he's doing pretty good too. Welcome to 2023, little guy. And we have a lots to do today. We gotta be mixing the substrate mix with my grain spawn and hope that even though my grain spawn wasn't a long delivery, that everything will be good. So let's get over to the barn and let's get to work. Welcome to the Berliner room in 2023. We had about a week and a half break in here where I shut down all the growing tents and now they're back up fired. Yesterday my wife and her wonderful twin sister Heather helped me to cut open all the bags open that I still had left in the dark tent, and so now both tents are grow tents and over here is the dark section. However, we have an issue. We do have to build more shelves. We only have one shelf there, which I showed you how to do it, and today I need at least 5 more so that we have a shelf for each variety. Let's get to it before we can do my substrate mixing. All right, let's keep building the shelves and then we take it from there. Alright, it's time for the next process, but first let's review what I did here, because I did a couple other things that I actually intended in the first place. So here's the original one, that's kind of a hammock style, hanging easy peasy. I almost want to go in it. On the top here, I made it really tight by using the inner twine and tightening the outer thicker lines really tight together. So that is under a lot of tension. And then I thought about it, man, that's a lot of work to intercept those. Why don't we just try using the thicker twine on the top here, so there are like 4 lines and the bags can kind of sit on 2 lines for sure at a time. So I want to test that out, see if it works. It might not work because those cords here, the twine, that's only rated for about 50 pounds. So maybe because of the separation and how it is, I will be able to have all my bags on here up to 10 or 12, I will see, without breaking them. But we'll see how that goes. I kind of like this style more because it's so much easier and convenient in the long run versus the intertwining here. So, good, that's done. Let's get this pasteurization and mix everything together. The pasteurization mix that was in a pasteurization chamber has been in there for almost 2 weeks, and that's quite a long time. So, I pasteurized it yesterday for about 12 hours again, just to make sure that there's no bad bacteria or anything in it, and we will start bagging it now. So, I will see you probably in the clean room, the Claire Patterson number 1 room. Hey folks, welcome in the CP number 1 room, which is basically just a tarp over a square with a filter blowing in that has a HEPA filter in front of it. So I usually should not be in here without my mouth protection, but I just wanted to explain a couple things because you will see a couple new things happening here today. And I will wipe down everything and start as clean as possible. Behind me here you see mason jars, and those mason jars are all labeled for the different varieties that I grow, and they are chemically cleaned on the inside. So every time I open them, I will have to be very quick. And I will be opening them to put some grain in it, and then some of my mushrooms. That's kind of a cloning process. But when you watch one of my videos that says cloning process number 1, you will kind of see what this is all about. So basically I'm putting the grain in there, putting some of the grain spawn that I received from my supplier in a tube, and probably in 1 or 2 weeks we will see if this works. One of the issues that I might run into is I did not sterilize my grain. I only were able to pasteurize it because I don't have the setup or a pressure cooker or anything to pressure cook these big jars. Should be all good. we should be fine. It's worth experimenting, see if it works or not. So we got that going. Here we have two things. This here is a mineral called gypsum, and mushrooms really love it. They love it for the mineral part of it, and for the second part, when it's in the grain up here, it helps not to bake it together. The grain will start trying to bake it each other together, and then you cannot get it out of the jar. So this kind of helps it to keep it separated. And here we have the same thing. Here's a powder. This is a pelletized form, which I will be using inside my growing bags, the mushrooms. Just a little handful here and there. Let's see if that helps with the yields. Let's get to it, but first I'm gonna turn off the camera, get everything cleaned up, and then you will not see me talking anymore because I don't want to put any germs or anything in here. So let's get to it. Hey folks, so the first batch is done here. Those are the pink oysters. They have to sit here now for 2 weeks in this dark area. I have to get a little bit more darker, but it's another day's project. This will just suffice for the next 24 hours. I have about 10 bags here. I probably can put up to 15 bags on one shelf. The strings are holding just fine. I don't see any issues with it. So that's it for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. And it's a new year, new adventures ahead of us, and it's so awesome that you're part of this journey. And always remember, the world can be your oyster mushroom. See you around tomorrow.